My friend is on the Washington Beach right now up by Mo Clips. And it's like so nice. He's got a oceanfront place, super sunny. It's actually sandy beaches. I'm like, where is this? Is this in Washington?
There's not trees going all the way up to the beach.
Yeah, there's trees in like there's a pine tree in the tide pool. That's right. Washington.
Yeah.
Surrounded by rocks.
Welcome to Namely 90s. Wow. The podcast that takes you back to the time before smartphones, Google, and Y2K. Join your hosts as they relive the pop culture that shaped a generation and the parts that many people wish they could forget. Listen in to the conversation about how the decade defined those who spent their childhood there and how it shaped them as adults. So, turn down the grunge and dial up the internet. Let's get started. It's time for Namely 90s.
That's right. You're listening to Namely 90s. My name's Andrew, and over there's Brandon.
That's me.
Stop. You can find us online at Namely 90s.
And Namely 90s.
Namely90s.com or on, Instagram and Threads at Namely 90s. And also watch us on YouTube, youtube.com/@Namely90s. Finally, visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/Namely90s if you'd like to support the show. Oh, man. Hi again.
Hello. Oh, yeah. For those, God, I hit the timer. Why is it not going? There it is. Yeah, for those of you listening somehow early, we recorded these back to back.
Yeah.
Well, not back to back. We recorded yesterday. We're recording today. So
we actually recorded them back to front.
We're out of things to talk about.
Yeah, I don't know. There's always something, though.
What do you want to talk about that doesn't take away from things later in the episode?
We went to the cell phone store today.
Ooh.
Because Kayla needed a new cell phone. Her cell phone was on the fritz. And why is it that every time you go to the... First of all, we pull up. It's like 9:52. And I assume they'd be open.
Oh,
and they weren't open yet.
in the morning.
In the morning. They weren't open yet. But like two people walked up. They were lining up outside the T-Mobile store. And I'm like, is there some sort of release that I'm not aware of?
No, it's just your service sucks.
No, it doesn't. T-Mobile's good. But more like on that later.
Best in the country.
Yeah, T-Mobile's good. Anyway, but like, why are you lining up at the door? And then like I loudly overheard this lady having a conversation with the other people who were waiting, but they just looked like people who were going to be really slow at getting a phone. You know? Yeah.
So you just barged right past them.
We're third. Well, one lady had a cane. I just like kicked the cane out. No, I'm just kidding. No, we let them go in, and then we went in after, and then their Wi-Fi was down for some reason.
Yeah, it's great service.
Which bodes well because the Wi-Fi that's down is the Wi-Fi that they sell for you to use in your home. Anyway.
You were saying?
So we get in there, and I've never had an experience where I bought a cell phone where they just like did some stuff and handed me the phone. There's always some kind of problem. Have you had that experience?
No, because I haven't bought a cell phone in person since I started using Apple products. I'll just order it off of the pre-sale.
Well, it doesn't ever seem like it's the person's problem.
Right.
Like it's the Wi-Fi. It's like something with the SIM card. It's just something always doesn't work, and then you get stuck there forever.
I mean, surely have gotten better in the last decade. That
you would think.
Yeah,
you would think. Anyway, so we get the phone, and then some old guy comes in, and he's like, "Well, I talked to them online, $200," and the guy just spent like 5 minutes explaining how the $20 or the $200 promotion works. Like they credit it to your bill every month.
What?
Yeah, like you get the device and you get it for 2 years, and then they just credit your bill that amount every month.
So you purchase the device in full, and then they recredit you as you go.
I don't know how. No, I think it's like he purchased I don't know exactly how it worked. Anyway, and then the guy was like, "I talked to your people online, and they were great." And then one of the employees is like, "Oh, I don't usually hear that." And I was like, "He's like, those are your coworkers you're talking about." And the guy just kind of like went, "Eh." I'm like, "What? What?
I mean,
this is weird.
They're not really coworkers. They're either in the tech support center in Texas or
in India.
Yes, there's.
No, I don't know. I've had good luck with T-Mobile. I just it was a very weird experience this morning.
I've had good luck calling in. Every time I call in, I have Verizon. Every time I call in and just like have a modicum of being polite,
yeah,
the person will like cut my bill in half and and just say, "You're the nicest person who's ever talked to me during this job." And I'm like, that is terribly sad because I was just treating you like another human being.
If you call Consumer Cellular, Ted Danson actually sells you a Nokia just for $20 a month.
And Boost Mobile, you can buy in a corner store. What? I
thought you were going somewhere else with the Boost Mobile thing. Oh boy.
Where perhaps maybe
I couldn't say. Moving on. That was namely cell phones.
Mm-hmm. And slate racism. No. Yeah, I really thought your cell phone bit would last 10 minutes.
Was that 10 minutes?
No.
Damn it.
Half the time.
So 5.
Let's see. What did I write down? I didn't write down anything, did I? I had to put this together real quick today. So let's see. What did I do? I went to the hot springs earlier. Had a nice soak, relaxing early evening. And now I just feel loose and free, man. Like
loose and free.
I also determined that I'm too tall for the hot springs that we have here, because like there's private tubs and they have like a handful, and there's like maybe an 8-foot screen around everything, like your tub.
But you're nude during this time, right?
I mean, half and half. Yes, sure. You can be nude. You are allowed to be nude at the hot tub. I wore my swim trunks, but I was like, when we were leaving, I stood up and I just like, I can see into the next hot tub that's up higher on the cliff, and like just a nude person just standing. I'm like, no, I don't need to see that.
No.
Yeah. Nude old people, not not great. At least at least the bubbles in the hot tub this time was loud enough that you can't hear people copulating.
It conceals the farts that and then the volcano starts to erupt and you get boiled to death in the hot spring, like at the beginning of Dante's Peak. It's in Dante's Peak, right?
That is Dante's Peak, yes.
I think someone gets boiled in the hot spring. It's
the grandmother or the old lady or something.
She gets cut down at the knees by lava.
Oh.
There's like a scene at the beginning where the hot springs get too hot.
Yeah,
they're like
skinny dipping or something. Yeah. In the natural hot spring, and then one of them gets boiled alive, I think, or they both get boiled alive. I don't know. I don't think I've ever watched that movie.
But it's a pretty good movie.
I watched the other one.
Once again, no one will listen to the scientist.
Yeah. Which is how we got to where we are today in real life.
That's not my truth. Okay. Wow.
So I have a burger pop-up next week. If you live in Slough, come check it out. It's Bing's at Bing's Bao Buns.
Bing's Bao Buns. I love alliteration.
Right. And I've landed on Actually Smashed Burger Society. So it's
you're gonna be
smashed.
drunk while you're cooking. Is that
exactly?
You're just toasted. Oh, toasted and smashed.
Yes, exactly.
And wasted. You just throw it in the garbage.
But I'm gonna. By the time this comes out, I've had released some reels, the Instagram video thing, maybe a TikTok. I don't know. I don't like TikTok. But I'm gonna be doing like just staring straight into the camera and being like, damn it, what did I write down? Hello, I think you, or it's not funny off the top of my head, but I've been writing some scripts for it, and I'm just gonna be like, join the Burger Society, and just like stare deeply into the screen. This is a burger. eat it, and just like weird marketing strategies.
Did you see that cheeseburger? There's just like 20 slices of cheese between two buns.
I saw that today.
That looks disgusting.
But only available in Thailand.
Yeah.
Which is why I went to the store and bought 20 slices of American cheese. No.
And it's like, it's not melted. It's just intact,
mm-hmm.
regular.
Buy 20 slices of cheese today.
Good. It's just, you just unwrap a pack of the Kraft deli style American cheese and just like put the whole stack on the burger.
Do you buy that? It's the one you're talking about, the one from Costco, right?
Well, I don't get it from Costco, but it's the one where instead of like each individual one being, it's not Kraft singles. It's like the block, but they're pre-sliced.
Okay.
It's like the Kraft Deli Deluxe kind.
The dark blue one, yeah.
Yeah, and it's good.
So it is. It's not individually wrapped.
No, it's in a block, but it's pre-sliced. And you just peel off slices like you're dealing cards, you know?
Because I've been concerned. I've never bought that before.
It's good.
And, I've been using.
It's better than the singles. The singles are like,
oh yeah, those are plastic,
extruded plastic. Oh gosh.
I've been buying boar's head and just having them slice it in the deli for me.
Yeah, I'm kind of into American cheese. I feel like American cheese is having a glow up these days.
I agree, and I think it's due to burgers. I think because you got to have it on.
Cheddar's so last year. Like, cheddar on a burger.
The thing about cheddar on a burger is you got to put it on like a meaty burger because there's no. It's too heavy. It doesn't melt enough. Yes.
Like a smash burger, because it's a hot and fast cook, needs to be American cheese because it's going to be overcooked by the time you put your
salt and pepper on. Yeah. Yeah. I absolutely agree. And that is Foodly 90s for this week. Should we get into it?
Let's do it. Let's get into it.
All right. Nope.
Burbdon.
Nope. I forgot to cross that out because it's time for another edition of July's edition of 90s news you can use. Andrew's very opinionated about the strike, so I'm going to let him take the first article.
I'm not Okay. Fran Drescher goes on strike. The star of 90s sitcom The Nanny announced that SAG-AFTRA's national board voted unanimously to launch the guild's first strike during a press conference on Thursday, July 13th, effective just after midnight on Friday, July 14th. Is that GMT or Eastern Standard?
Yeah, that goes to your point. I believe
the Actors Union represents around 160,000 performers, including film and television actors worldwide. Mommy Fran might not be SAG's wife, but she does live in the house and take care of the kids. That's a Nanny reference. She's the union president.
Got you to read that line. I forget, did we pause after each time?
I think we talked
about
it. My comment earlier was that the cast of Oppenheimer walked out of the premiere because in solidarity with their fellow performers.
Mm-hmm.
But my question is, what it was at a certain time at midnight, Friday, July 14th. But is that like Pacific time, Eastern Standard, right. GMT?
Is it whatever your local time is? Because either way, they walked out before the strike started.
Well, the other thing is, I feel like, couldn't you like finish the activity you're doing, or didn't you know it was going to happen? So shouldn't you have just not gone in the first place? I'm just saying.
Because it happened, like the announcement happened and then they walked out. So, and technically, as I was saying, it's a part of work for the movie because it's a press tour essentially. But
I guess if you're in the movie, you don't like to watch the movie, and they probably had already seen the movie. So
I don't know if they did. If it's the premiere, that would be like the final cut.
Yeah,
but
who knows?
Yeah, either way.
I'm still want to see that movie. Yeah.
Actually, that's actually a funny thing. Like, I wonder how many people actually have gone to see either Oppenheimer or Barbie, or just was like saying they're going to go for the memes. Yeah.
Fair.
Britney Spears announces a memoir release date. According to a cryptic Instagram post from the dancing queen herself, Britney Spears, on July 11th, she will finally get to share her story on her terms at last. The memoir titled The Woman in Me is being billed as a brave and astonishingly moving story about freedom, fame, motherhood, survival, faith, and hope. The impact of God, I'm not good at reading the news. The impact of sharing her voice, her truth, was undeniable and changed the course of her life and the lives of countless others. A press release for the book reads, adding that Spears' memoir illuminates the enduring power of music and love and the importance of a woman telling her own story on her own terms. Find it wherever books are sold on October 24th of this year. Personally, I'll be waiting for the interpretive dance edition releasing on her Instagram story.
Wait, when you write a press release, you write it and release it.
Yes.
Who is saying the impact of sharing her voice, her truth is undeniable and changed the course of her life and the lives of countless others?
The press release.
But that's her publicist writing it.
Correct.
That's like saying the impact of sharing my voice, my truth was undeniable and changed the course of my life and the lives. It's very like self
promotional.
Inflating.
Yes.
Yeah.
That true.
But like says who? Your publicist.
Yeah.
Says that, like that if a critic said that or someone who read the book or someone who had knowledge of that, it would be much more powerful than you just saying how good the thing you made is. You know what I mean?
Yes. I 100% agree. But that is how press releases work. It's to say, hey, this is what's happening. And
I heard it was too long, so they had to shave some pages off.
Yeah. Wow. That's a
head shaving joke.
That's a mid 2000s. Leaves Britney alone.
Okay.
You're up.
Mandy Moore has given up on society. People are the worst, said Mandy Moore. And can't talk. People are the worst, said Mandy Moore in reference to a porch pirate who stole a stroller off from her front porch that was intended for her 7-month-old son. Shared on her Instagram story on Tuesday, July 11th, was a screen grab of a man waiting outside her front gate in the shrubbery for over an hour before climbing a hill near the side of the house and grabbing the package, according to Moore. So real. From what? I don't know how to read your writing.
Don't worry. Don't worry. This doesn't make that much sense.
From now on, Mandy Moore will now tell her packages, "I want to be with you." And they'll say, "Walk me home," even if they're just filled with candy. I feel like these are song references.
Those are her 4 singles off of her 1999 debut album.
I don't think people give up. Like saying people are the worst isn't like giving up on society. It's just stating a fact of life.
So she's already given up on society then?
What was in the box? A defective crock pot? Okay. And Milo Vingtia's ashes.
What?
Wasn't she in This Is Us?
Yes, This Is Us. Sorry, I haven't
Milo
seen This Is
Ventimiglia gets killed in the 70s by a crock pot.
Sure. I honestly
spoiler alert.
Yeah.
No, they tell it in the first story or the first.
I guess you could say it was a walk to remember.
Let me write that down in my notebook. Was she in the notebook? I feel like she was. No,
she was not. That was Rachel Adams.
Did she do a song for it? Maybe.
She did a song for a walk to remember.
Oh shit. Okay. Shoot. Explicit. Your turn.
Feel good story of the month, but also trigger warning, essay, and violence. Former U.S. gymnastics doctor Larry Nassar was stabbed multiple times in prison. You may remember Dr. Nassar as the National USA Gymnastics Medical Coordinator from 1996 to 2014, who is currently spending 60 years with an additional 40 to 175 years in prison after pleading guilty to possession of illicit underage material and 7 accounts of SA, with over 265 athletes coming forward to report something. Nassar was stabbed repeatedly in the neck, chest, and back on July 12th after making a remark about wanting to see girls play in the Wimbledon women's match. Unfortunately, he's in stable condition at a nearby hospital with a collapsed lung and other injuries. Karma's a bitch. Yeah,
that guy's such a creep. Like, I was like, oh, I twisted my ankle. I know just the thing for that. You're like, no, I've got. But these people, it's just horrible. I watched that. What was the documentary called?
I didn't watch it.
It was on Netflix. We watched it. It was very bad. This guy was a total freaking creep. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, just looking at his photos, like, how
Larry Nassar
did you not see that beforehand?
He's portrayed by Cillian Murphy.
Oh, yeah, I can see that. Oh, wait, Oppenheimer. Sorry.
Also, because of names are weird, Timothy Chalamet, is that Chalamet?
Yes, Shyamalan Ding Dong.
Do we need another Willy Wonka?
That should have been our intro chit chat. I don't know. I saw the trailer. Did you see the trailer?
No, but this is going to sound crazy, but I kind of like Johnny Depp's version.
That's
I'm
right.
not a huge fan.
I forgot. That's true.
Him. Timothy Chalamet doesn't seem like a fit for me. I don't know.
I thought I watched the trailer. I agree. Beforehand, I was like, I was with you. I was like, do we really need another Wonka movie? And more importantly, do we need a Wonka prequel?
Yeah.
And while the setup sounds dumb, watching the trailer, it did actually look entertaining. So
I feel like that's how. Oh, sorry, I thought you were done. Continue.
Well, I was going to say, if it manages to keep it up, it might be worth watching.
Like I thought that's just how Timothy Chalamet dressed, except for like that purple overcoat.
Yeah,
he just threw on the Willy Wonka coat.
I think it was more the hat. I think you already had the coat.
Yeah, but you're right. Just put the hat on. He just showed up
and an Oompa Loompa in a cage, which is the other like thing that's like. Do they have to use little people, or do they just have them be like average height? Or I think it's a famous actor that's being CG'd into a Oompa Loompa. So
it's the cast of Big People, Little People, Big World from the Learning Channel. I use that term loosely.
Yes, or the Sister Wives. I just wanted to throw that in there because that's in the pop culture at the moment.
And now let's go to Brandon for the Namely 90s Minute.
Welcome after a mid-episode break, Namely 90s Minute. Every week, look back at a culturally relevant show, movie, or piece of pop culture that probably helps stoke the algorithm. This week, in honor of the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem, we're looking back at the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is a 1990 live-action superhero film adapting elements from the early Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comics and elements from the late 80s cartoon. The film stars the mom from Halloween Town, Al from Chicago PD, Marcus's dad from Always Be My Maybe, and an early appearance from Justin Hammer from Iron Man 2, as well as the voices of Takashi Toshiro from Revenge of the Nerds, Mouth from Goonies, Cousin Oliver from the Brady Bunch, and the voice and puppetry of Elmo from the late 80s to early 2010s. The story begins as Reporter Lady is covering a report on a silent crime wave in New York City and gets attacked by a group of thieves and is saved by the Ninja Turtles. Red Bandana Turtle dropped his side during the fight, so he tries to sneak back to the crime scene to recover it, but is attacked by vigilante hockey mask guy. Reporter Lady gets noticed by Evil Bad Man, so he sends his foot soldiers to kill her, but Red Bandana ends up saving her and taking her back to the Turtles' lair. Ratmaster tells Reporter Lady the backstory of the Turtles before the Turtles escort her home. While they are out, their lair gets ransacked and Ratmaster gets kidnapped by the Foot Clan. Red Bandana argues with Blue Bandana over his leadership, and then Red Bandana leaves to go and pout. While pouting, the Foot attack and set fire to Reporter Lady's apartment, but the Turtles escape with the help of Hockey Mask Guy and hide out at Reporter Lady's family farm. Blue Bandana gets a vision of Ratmaster, so the Turtles astral project and get a final lesson from Ratmaster before returning to the city to save him. The Turtles rescue Ratmaster with the help of Hockey Mask Guy and then fight the Foot and Evil Bad Man. Evil Bad Man attempts to kill Blue Bandana, but Ratmaster unloads some backstory that throws him off guard, and then he trips off the roof due to Orange Bandana's nunchaku into a garbage truck where Hockey Mask Guy turns the truck's compactor on to kill Evil Bad Man. The police arrive and arrest the remaining Foot Clan, the human couple kisses, and the Turtles celebrate with a Ratmaster. And that's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in a Namely 90s Minute. More or less.
And now, back to the show.
All right. Should we close it up?
We're coming off of basically a victory from last time, not last week. So yeah, here we are again.
After serving them some losses too.
Yeah.
I was catching up on the last few, and we stumped them with I don't remember what we stumped them with. It was one that Gaz said should have been obvious. I was like, I don't think you should have been able to get it, but we got they admitted defeat. Mostly because Dane had never seen it before.
Excellent.
And that was on there. The second they did two episodes on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies from the 90s. All three of them. Good. It's a good listen. Check it out. Check out our Quotleys. But let's play theirs. And cover your ears, Andrew.
That's not so bad.
No. I do like the song.
Hey there, Brandon and Andrew. It's Gaz and Dange from TIDRP, your brother horseman in this retro apocalypse.
Today we have a little quiz for you, a memory game if you will, that Gaz has lazily named Quotely 90s.
This week we're sending you a quote and see if you can guess its origins from some piece of pop culture from the 90s.
Just remember, our worlds weren't as interconnected then as we lived across the pond and the internet still ran on coal.
We'll also, because we're copying you, do multiple readings and either do a poor imitation of the character/person who said it, or poor imitations of whoever we feel like.
And if you're lucky, you'll hear me slip into my terribly offensive English accent.
Is that enough of a setup for you lads? Are you ready for Quotely 90s?
Name the TV show and if possible the character that
TV
said
show.
this.
TV show.
Bonus points for the actor.
Ooh, yeah, thank you for taking us to the zoo, Jeffrey.
Oh, thank you for taking us to the zoo, Jeffrey.
Thank you for taking us to the zoo, Jeffrey.
Thank you for taking us to the zoo, Jeffrey.
Thank you for taking us to the zoo, Jeffrey.
Oh, thank you for taking us to the zoo, Jeffrey.
Yeah, thank you for taking us to the zoo, Jeffrey.
Thank you for taking us to the zoo, Jeffrey.
Let me tell you something. Thank you for taking us to the zoo, Jeffrey, brother.
Oh, thank you for taking us to the zoo, Jeffrey.
Thank you for taking us to the zoo, Jeffrey.
First thoughts?
Game of Thrones.
This is a 90s program.
I'm aware. Do you think it's a American TV show, or do you think it's
Yeah,
I mean, they wouldn't throw us under the bus like that.
No, they wouldn't. Fresh Prince.
Oh yes, Jeffrey was
but
the
they
butler.
They usually call him G. Or at least Will Smith did. Good
poll.
And
it's a TV show. Yeah.
Quintessentially 90s. One of the voices sounded toward the end kind of like Will Smith, but like they were trying not to be offensive by doing the Will Smith voice. And then there was a loud slapping noise in the background that you could. No, I'm just kidding about that. I think that's on the table.
No, that's the only Jeffrey I could think of, because I was like, what? I was like going through cartoons and like.
So, but do we think it would have been Will Smith or Alfonso Ribeiro as Carlton? Because generally,
yes,
Will Smith referred to him as G, but not always.
Okay.
But I feel like we should consider other options because
probably Alfonso Ribeiro then, or the sister would say Jeffrey. I mean, everyone but Will Smith would say Jeffrey, right?
Probably, yeah.
At least I was right in thinking Joffrey instead of Jeffrey.
Yeah. I mean, there are two ways to spell Jeffrey, though.
Right,
but who else?
When you say Joffrey, you think the G, right?
Yeah. Who else would have been? I mean, what other show would they go to the zoo?
That's either the dad or Carlton. Or the mom, or like literally anyone. I mean,
they
just
didn't do a
TV,
woman's
right?
voice, though.
They did one, didn't they? They did one.
Yeah. We had to name the show.
The show. The
and
character.
Bonus points for the character.
Yes.
Not that bonus points mean anything because it's arbitrary.
Right. Either way, I think they sent us softball again, and we've been throwing some curveballs at them lately.
The game where the what do they say? The rules are made up and the points don't matter.
Yes. What was that from?
Whose Line?
That's right. I was like, why did I hear that recently? Because I'm taking improv. Yeah.
Do you want to go with it?
Yeah. Yes.
Who, Alfonso Ribeiro? Yeah, probably, because I don't think the dad would say for taking us to the zoo. But why would the butler take them to the zoo?
Maybe it was the youngest daughter.
I don't know. I'm gonna. Well, we don't know who that is.
Well, because he's their show. Is he not their chauffeur as well?
Okay, I'm going Alfonso Ribeiro as Carlton.
Okay, in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
And we're gonna be so effing wrong. Just
when it's it's gonna be like Will Smith, and you're just gonna be like, dang it.
It's gonna be some '90s like British.
All right.
I picked this especially for Andrew.
Oh.
So we can stop his skin from crawling whenever I talk like this.
Oh, yeah, it's horrible.
He was actually talking about this.
Was said by George the Hippo from the hugely popular UK TV show Rainbow.
It's essentially a man living in a house with a terrifying 6-foot bear with a stick up its ass, a camp anthropomorphic hippo, and a smug, self-centered
I love a
suit.
camp hippo.
Perfect for young minds. And if you want to hear more about this Lovecraftian nightmare that didn't warp us at all, then stay tuned in the month of August when we will be releasing it.
Find it on your platform of choice at the Insanely Dangerous Retro Podshow. Now, let's send it right back over for a sing-song with Rod, Jane, and Freddie, and those twanger lovers, Bungle Brandon and Dr. Jekyll.
Is that a character from Harry Potter he's emulating or mimicking?
No, he just said it was from that show.
I couldn't understand. I'm sorry.
I'm fairly sure they just said it's from the show that they were talking about.
Oh, the Camp Hippo.
Yes. And I am also mad at myself because in the last episode that I listened to, they said they sent one over that has the voice.
Well, I don't feel bad though, because like I never would have thought of that in a million years. So I don't feel bad for missing it.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I did say this is probably a UK show that we don't know about.
But, I think we had some good thoughts on it. I mean, it's just you're a product of where your mind is,
Yeah. As we say, we were
go with what
across the pond back in the 90s. But yeah, check out, because I mean, obviously we're going to have to check out their episode on Camp Hippo, was it?
Well, I mean, they're saying the hippo is camp. It's not actually called like lightly gay. Is that what camp means? Kind of?
I don't think that's what that means. But whatever you do with your Boy Scouts, not you do to the Boy Scouts, whatever you did in the Boy Scouts, we'll keep it at that. No, even that's
okay.
Wrong. If you like your retro with an equal helping of 80s to wash down the 90s, check out the Insanely Dangerous Retro Podshow on your platform of choice and follow up with those Wascally Rabbits. I did it again. I didn't put the Wabbits.
I have to read this when you're done.
Oh, on this Thursday, or not this Thursday, in an episode coming up in August, you'll even get to catch us delivering a quality 90s to Gas and Dange, sometimes relevant to our next episode. What do you need to read?
Camp. If you describe someone's behavior, performance, or style of dress as camp, you mean that it is exaggerated and amusing, often in a way that is thought to be typical of some male homosexuals.
Okay. I've never heard the extenuing part of that being
I had to know.
Tied to homosexuality.
Let me find the Webster's one.
Well, I mean, just camp in like the movie entertainment industry sense is
okay. Here's some other ones.
Yes.
Something so outrageously artificial, affected, inappropriate, or out of date as to be considered amusing.
So us.
Donald Trump. A style or mode of personal or creative expression that is absurdly exaggerated and often fuses elements of high and popular culture.
Yes.
And finally, exaggerated effeminate mannerisms as of speech or gesture.
Okay. So I always think of the second Oh. What?
People describe C-3PO as camp.
Sure. The third camp.
Actually, the person who did that, I think Simon Pegg said that because he wrote a paper on like something about C-3PO. I looked this up.
I can see that because, he had the TV series Spaced, which was quite good. And that was kind of like his homage to sci-fi. And then they did that one with, he and Nick Frost did that one, Roger, I think it was called. It's the alien. Seth Rogen was the alien. But it wasn't a part of the Cornetto trilogy.
We'll figure out this thing. He wrote something about how C-3PO is not gay or something like that. It was a whole booky thing. I don't know. Anyway, more on that next time.
Oh,
I can't remember.
Okay,
I have to look it up.
Well, we just broke the 30-minute mark. Do you want to do a quick BuzzFeed quiz about which Futurama character we are? Because Futurama's back, baby.
I've been rewatching Mythbusters, and Jamie Hyneman just reminds me of Zoidberg because they both have, like, he has the mustache.
Yeah,
and whenever Adam impersonates him, he does the Adam.
As in Adam Carolla?
Adam Savage.
Oh.
From Mythbusters.
Oh, right. Yes. I just saw a YouTube video with him earlier today.
All right. So it's called Good News, everyone. This quiz will reveal which Futurama character you are. I see Wiener. Crud.
That's from the first episode. He delivers the pizza to the
crud.
To the cryogenics lab.
So where are we going? Pick a vacation destination. We've got Tokyo, Washington, D.C., Wellington, Amsterdam, Cancun, Myrtle Beach, New York City, and Hawaii.
I'll let you choose first.
I'm going to go with Hawaii. It was nice.
I haven't been to Japan yet. I want to go to Japan. I'm planning on going to Japan in 2025 for the next Star Wars celebration.
Dirty and noisy.
Yes.
Next, your turn.
What you saying? My people are dirty. Pick a Disney movie: Beauty and the Beast, Toy Story, Mulan, Brave, Sleeping Beauty, Little Mermaid, Big Hero 6. I don't like Disney movies. Hey, they have an option for you.
No, I mean, I liked The Little Mermaid. I just watched the new one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say that one. Hard to watch though because the main character was black. No, I'm just kidding. That's what Republicans said.
I feel like if I keep choosing Asian things, I'm gonna get really weird. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna get Amy.
Yeah,
which,
exactly.
Racist, by the way. I'm gonna do Toy Story.
Pick a celebrity: Johnny Cash, Frank Sinatra, Ruby Rose, Henry Cavill, Beyonce, Hedy Lamarr, Lucy Liu, and Michael B. Jordan. I know who Brandon's choosing.
Is this right? Are they really just like pick the Asian people and then you get the Asian character?
Oh, I wonder if you choose the black guy, what happens? There's a black woman too, but.
Well, dude, he has a wife. My turn to pick first? No.
Yeah, your turn.
I guess I'll pick Johnny Cash.
What about Michael B. Jordan? He's popular lately.
Why are we pick a celebrity for what?
Okay, your turn to
pick an alcoholic beverage: beer, margarita, tequila, martini, whiskey, scotch, rum, vodka.
Yeah, scotch. What are we choosing the celebrity for?
Yeah, scotch is a whiskey, by the way.
Scotch, yes, is a varietal of whiskey.
I don't think that's the right terminology.
It's really not. It's really not. I like rum in a drink. It's a white rum.
Wait, is it in rum. A drink? Oh, okay. I'll drink a scotch.
Lastly, pick a TV show: Frasier, The Bachelorette, Rick and Morty, Law and Order SVU, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, The Expanse, Sex and the City, and other.
Wow.
What?
We should go back and just pick all the other options.
It's all about Frasier's haircut in this picture, but no, it's like a comb over with a mullet.
That's like Cheers era Frasier, so that's definitely season 1 or 2.
I'm going Law and Order SVU.
I guess I'll go with Rick and Morty then. Wubba lubba dub dub.
All right, who wants to read first? Who did you get?
I got Bender.
All
Bite
right.
my shiny metal ass. You're Bender Bending Rodriguez, everyone's favorite boozy, foul-mouthed robot. You love Fry almost as much as you love yourself. Almost. You also dig cigars, enabling your kleptomania and beautiful fembots. Of course, inside you, your tough metal exterior lies a man harboring a dream of becoming a folk singer. Did I mention you love booze? Okay. I can see how those choices led to that. What about you?
Shut up and take my money. You're Fry.
Yes.
You may be slow on the uptake sometimes, but your loyalty to your loved ones is unmatched. You carry a torch for Leela, now and always. You also dig an ice-cold can of Slurm and watching The Scary Door with your best bud Bender. Hey, that's perfect.
Yeah, well done. Wow.
Except I feel like you're, in reality, I feel like you're more of a Fry and I'm more of a Bender.
Yes, because you're always
Personality-wise.
ornery, and
Yeah.
I'm willing to throw my money at anything.
Yeah.
All right. Well, any final thoughts? Are you gonna finally sit down and watch Futurama?
I'm gonna walk out right now. It's after midnight, Greenwich Mean Time. I'm on strike in solidarity with my fellow entertainers.
Well, that's it for this week's edition of Namely 90s. Remember, you can find new episodes out every Monday. Join us next week for a deep dive episode. Find us on Threads and Instagram at Namely90s and 90s, or find our personal accounts at bshwitty and at Namely Andrew. Actually, no, we don't have those on Threads yet. So tell us what you want us to talk about on future episodes. If you'd like to support the show, please check out our Patreon at patreon.com/namely90s, also the 90s. Finally, you can also contact us through our website, namely90s.com. Please subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Audible, Strike. I'm Brandon, that's Andrew, and we'll catch you, Deezer, TuneIn, iHeart, Good Pods, and wherever you get your podcasts from, next time. Okay, you can come back now.